I feel like I'm getting revenge. So
Hello.
morning, sir.
Morning. Can you hear my voice clearly
Yeah.
at your place?
Yeah.
Crystal clear? Every single vocal and consonants from your ears?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So, thank you for spending your time this weekend, Sabrina. All right.
Sure.
I really appreciate you can try to spend your time a little bit for this talk. Yeah, actually, starting from, I would like to talk a little bit about your name. Yeah. So, Sabrina Askandari, is that your complete name, or perhaps you have another component of names?
Yeah. So my name is Sabrina Askandari Prawira Sinta. So
Prawira
yeah.
Sinta.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. People often mistake it as Putri because I often put it as P, like in the last name.
Right.
Yeah.
Putri. Oh, okay.
No, yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, in my perspective, your name is nice to hear. Sabrina, I don't know where does Sabrina come from, and then Askandari and the last word, where did your parents get that phrase or that word? Yeah, maybe you can say a little bit about each of your name, because I think your name is nice to hear. Sabrina sounds to be the sounds like a Russian name. Sabrina,
Yeah, I get it.
Afrinokov or something like that. And then Askandari, I don't know where does that word come from. Maybe you can tell a little bit.
Yeah, so I've asked my mother actually back in like elementary grade. And she told me that Sabrina means sabar, means patient, which is, I think it's wrong because I'm not patient at all. But it's more like, I would say myself, I'm more like tabah person. Okay. How do you call it in English? Yeah. And as far as Askandari, I haven't actually looked it up, and I haven't actually like asked my parents about it. And Prawira Sinta, Prawira is actually my siblings' name. Like each of my brother and me have the same Prawira. My eldest brother have Prawira Bisma. So you know Bisma from the apa sih, the gods.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So coming from that one.
Yeah. Mahabharata, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Right.
The legends. My eldest brother have Prawira Bisma as his name, and my second brother have Prawira Wisnu, and me myself, I have Prawira Sinta.
Okay, so how many brothers, sister overall in your family? Your parents have how many children?
3. I'm the last one. Yeah.
You are the last one. Okay. So once again, thank you, Sabrina. How are you right now? How are you feeling?
Fine.
Okay. Yeah, the reason I would like to have a talk with you, Sabrina, once again, thank you very much for your time and your willingness to share in this channel. Yeah. Actually, I have observed, right? So since you were in semester 1 and right now you are in semester 5 and you are about to finish your study, my question, how do you feel about being or almost completing your study right now? How do you feel right now?
I kept telling myself it feels surreal, but like if I look back at it, I don't feel like I mean, I feel more like I deserve it rather than it feels so surreal, because it's just been a hectic amount of work that I've put into my studies. So yeah, it feels both surreal and like I deserve it.
Right. So how can you describe your what is existing condition right now? You're semester 5, right? So the adjective that I heard from you was hectic. Yeah, number one, hectic. Number two, what else?
Surreal.
Oh, okay, okay. And then the next, another adjective that can describe your existing situation right now.
Like, wait, I don't know.
Satisfied? Do you also feel satisfied?
Yeah.
Okay. Satisfied upon your achievement so far? Satisfied, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Satisfied and hectic.
Hectic, right, okay. So, yeah, you are one of the individuals that I have observed so far, yeah, and in my perspective, in my opinion, you have improved a lot in terms of your English competence, quite significantly. I can say quite significantly. And my statement is supported by my last observation when you did your last presentation. I think that was your last.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was your last presentation in public speaking class, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And I was actually, amazed, yeah, by your English, right? Comparing to the first semester when you came into the class, and when I myself listened to you and listen to your presentation, how you organize your ideas, also how you execute all the PPT you have prepared for your friends. Yeah. The most important thing is I was amazed by your presentation. Now, that was my observation, yeah, in your last presentation. Of course, that kind of achievement, that kind of what do you call English competence that you have achieved so far, in my perspective, because I've been observing, yeah, so far, and you are one of the individuals that have improved a lot in your English competence. I don't know, is my statement true? I need to, let's say, to ask you whether you also have you felt or you feel that you've been feeling that my English is improving, yeah, day by day or even semester by semester. I just want to check whether my observation is the same as your assumption, your opinion upon yourself.
Well, I would say that, I don't know, but I feel like I've been studying. I mean, I've been observing a lot, and I've been putting my hard work into it. So when I was joining college, like you mentioned, the first semester, I feel like I have already known some English, but I feel like I don't do as much as, to improve my English. But I know I can improve my English. So I was like, what should I do to improve my English? So so I think I'm realizing this at like around third semester when we started our online class, and I've been observing about the what was it again? Speaking class, and the teacher actually told me that I've been lacking of some points that I'm about to say, sometimes like a bit unorganized. So since then, I've been trying to organize my thoughts before I'm presenting something or I'm saying something. other than that, I've been improving my vocabulary with watching movies with subtitles, or um, playing games with subtitle. And for my speaking, I have a few friends from well, I guess you could say from Jakarta and from like luar negeri, and they help me to improve my English a lot. Even though in real life, when I talk to them, I feel not competent at all because they're just so different from me, and they look like actual bule, like the Jakartans one. They sounds like the actual bule, because I feel like they've grown with English all like from their childhood. So my friends is actually Chindo. So yeah, you could really imagine how Chindo would sounds. They sounds native.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I have a few friends from US and India, and yeah, a lot of uh, country.
Okay, so yeah, so that actually, what is it? My next question. Since I notice your improvement, I do believe that it is because of some processes that you've been through so far.
Yeah,
So I believe that. Yeah, that's why you also mentioned some of the efforts. Yeah, and you also mentioned how you experienced offline classes and online classes, right? And also you mentioned about how you make yourself exposed by speaking activities with friends outside the classroom, right? So friends from Jakarta, and some kind of friends from overseas friends, foreign friends, right? Okay, so perhaps maybe you can dig a little more deeper about which one is giving you more benefits, the offline classes or online classes? And then the second one is how did you get yourself exposed so frequently with friends outside the classroom, offline classes or online classes? Maybe you can inform us a little bit about that. Is there any big difference between offline classes and online classes? Which one is more beneficial for you in terms of your English improvement that I have mentioned earlier?
Yeah, for my English improvement, I think the online class was, I feel like a bit more beneficial for me, because I don't know, I feel like I'm just maybe I'm just coming from like a much more privileged background to experience online class rather than offline class. But being in online class makes me realize how much I can actually improve my study if I just sit alone, like in my room, and listen to what the teacher would say, instead of actually like being in a classroom where so much distractions coming from my sides and maybe my friends asking what for lunch and etc. Yeah, so I feel like online classes is much more beneficial for me. And as for the second question, how do I put myself in the situation where I expose myself in English? I feel like again, I think I'm coming from the much more privileged background in order to feel and to experience that. So the most of my overseas friend and Jakartan friend is actually from the game. So I played games. And yeah, games. So we talk through Discord, and while playing, and my Jakarta friend usually use English when they talk, and I'm just like I'm just really trying to understand what they're saying, because sometimes they use advanced word like masjones. Sorry, what was that again? Yeah, and I was hearing it, and I was like, what are you guys talking about? Well, most of the time they use basic words like everyday word, but sometimes they use more advanced word, and it makes me like wonder, like what am I studying? Why cannot I understand their language? It's my subject of study. Why couldn't I understand them? Yeah. So I think ever since then, I feel like there's some bit of the competence from me and them. So I'm just really trying to get to their level. And so that I think that helps me to realize like I want to get more of English. Yeah. And I've been into movies lately. I've been into anime lately, and the subtitles is in Japan, but I mean the audio is in Japan, but I changed the subtitle instead of Indonesia. I feel like it can improve a bit more with subtitles in English, so I change it to English. There's actually some words that I've just realized is an English word. It's there. It's in the subtitle, and I feel like, oh, I just realized that this is the English word that I could use in my everyday sentence in order to improve my English, my speaking. So yeah, I think that's how I expose myself in English. I feel like it's really important to have like some sort of competition with your friends, like even though they don't say it as competition, but I feel like it's way more beneficial for us to look up to some people to to push us to improve our English. Yeah.
Okay, so very interesting. Yeah, from your story, I think I can get some of the ideas. The first one is from your game friends.
Yeah.
And when you have communication with them, and then there are some words that you don't really understand. And of course, there are two skills. Yeah, you are listening to their speaking, and then at the same time, you are also responding. It means that your speaking skill is there. Now, of course, when you don't understand a particular word or some particular words coming from their mouth, you directly or automatically asking those words to your friends, and then it can add up your vocabularies.
Most of the time I can understand the word. It's more like the more advanced word of something, English word that I know, but it's far more advanced. So I still can understand it, but I feel like it's new to my hearing, to my vocabularies. Yeah. What was the second question again?
So when you found that those words are not so familiar in your ears, and then you directly ask them, or at the same time you try to consult your, let's say, online dictionary at the same time when you are listening to those unfamiliar words, or you just directly. So guys, what does that word mean? So automatically asking, or at the same time,
there's no way I'm asking directly.
Oh, okay, all right, okay.
So I just open up my I'll just Google the word directly when they're speaking it or when they're typing it, because I'm so embarrassed to actually I mean, I know they're Indonesians, but I feel like I should learn it for myself. So I never actually asked them about it.
Yeah.
I just opened my dictionary in secret and private.
All right. Okay. All right. At least I really appreciate what you do in order to overcome the problem, right? So I really, really appreciate what you do. And I think from your short story, I can assume that you are such a competitive person. Can I say that you're a competitive person? I still
You can
remember
say that.
when I gave comments to your partner in public speaking class. Still remember the last one when I gave the
Oh yeah.
comments to your partner. Who was your partner? Sinantia, is that correct?
Sinan.
Sinantia. Yeah.
Yeah.
So actually, I did not give what is it full comments to the
Yeah,
group because
you didn't give any comment to me, so I was
right,
confused.
right. Because I found you had a what is it? You did it already. Yeah, you did well in your presentation, and that's why I just want to focus on something that your partner needs to improve for later on, right? Because in my perspective, when you, let's say, when you present your topic, when you try to explain in a very nice pause, yeah, understandable, and you make your audience try to absorb what you talk, right? And then you try to put the ideas in a very good organization. And that was the moment I was amazed by your improvement, because it seems to me that you try to keep up with your pause, right? Your pauses, you try to keep up, try to control your emotion in speaking, try to control your speaking as well, so that I as a listener and audience as a listener can understand what you're talking about. So that is really important. And then I noticed at that very moment, Sabrina, this is another indicator, another moment to show that you are such a competitive person. All right. Not to mention some of the facts that I found during the apprenticeship process, at apprenticeship report advising. I noticed that wow, okay, Sabrina is trying to prove herself that you are I can cope with everything. I can cope with all the the advices by early. Okay, you prove it. Then finally the last public speaking class, that was the moment my confirmation. This girl is such a competitive person. So my statement is true.
I guess you could say that, because it's more like, I think it's more like a competitive, but it's more like I looked up to them as a motivation in order to push myself.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't find anyone with like, I mean, I do, but like, I wouldn't say it out loud, but I see them as rivals. But, I've lost, I don't think I'm, with my speaking, I don't think I'm able to find it among my friends. So I started to seek it from outside of my class. Of course, I still like adore some of my friends that have like good grammar, because I'm so bad at grammar, and like some good pronunciation and some good like they can order the points from their speaking clearly. So I adore that. But from the speaking, like only the speaking, I feel like I should search it somewhere else instead of my class. So ever since then, it's actually like the last presentation that I've conduct with Sinantia is actually I think it's like not like the last presentation, but it's like my presentation in a while after I met my Jakarta friends and talked with my overseas friend.
Okay.
So that's where I feel like I feel like when I do the presentation, I don't feel like explaining by English. As you can see, I often translate it to Indonesian in order for my friend to understand what I've been saying.
Right.
And I keep giving examples in Bahasa Indonesia in order for them to understand what I've been saying. And my examples, usually I tried to find the example that is like close to them, like related to them, so they could understand it better. And thankfully, some of my friends commented on my presentation saying that it is an enjoyable presentation, and am I am amazed by the amount of questions from my friend. It's not just the questions, but it's like the depth of the questions that means that they're actually listening to our presentation, me and Janantia presentation. So yeah, I feel really grateful for that.
Yeah, right. So yeah, that's why I was thinking, I think I need to have a talk with Sabrina for what is it? For what I've been amazed, yeah, with your presentation, your last presentation, the public speaking class, so that at least your story can be inspiration for others, yeah, Sabrina. Right. So yeah, that is what is it? Your English competence, yeah. You've been putting a lot of efforts in order to achieve what you would like to achieve, yeah, to get in your speaking competence. What about your confidence, Sabrina? How can you say about your confidence compared to the one that you had when you were in semester 1? Is there any big leap or big improvement in your confidence from semester 1 and this semester?
Well, I could say yeah, because I know I can talk a bit better in English. That's why my confidence has been boosted up by that. And so whenever I'm doing presentation, I believe in myself and I believe in my English. Even though sometimes I still like stutter, or like sometimes I feel like I'm giving bad examples, but I go through it. And I didn't think much of it. And then, I just overall really trying to give like the best for my presentation or for myself during the small amount of speaking that I've done in class.
Yeah. So another interesting one is get back to your presentation. Yeah.
Okay.
What is it? Sometimes when we present something, when we keep speaking in English and then when we try to explain in the very best way, right? And we see our friends' facial expressions. Sometimes coming into our mind is to use bahasa Indonesia. So once in a while we use bahasa Indonesia. In your opinion, do you think it is effective? One of the effective ways in order to improve our English, in order to improve, let's say, the understanding, at least, yeah, when we are communicating with someone, right? And then when we communicate and the one that we are talking to does not understand some points of ours, then probably communication does not take place. Communication does not happen, and that's why the strategy to convert, to change our English into Bahasa Indonesia is sometimes done, yeah, by us, right? So what do you think about this issue?
Well, I think that it's good to have like talk in English and then like giving some insight from Bahasa Indonesia. I think that helps the audience to understand our thoughts and our presentations more clearly because they can understand it in their everyday language. So I think most of the time the audience know what we've been saying in English, but have like 2 times to understand it better,
right,
to understand it, to absorb it, the information. So I think by using Bahasa Indonesia in to give bits and pieces of information in Bahasa Indonesia is actually very helpful for them in order for them to understand, oh ini ternyata artinya kayak gitu.
Yeah. Okay, right. So because sometimes when we as a speaker, right, when we speak to someone else, there is a big question. Uh, does my partner really understand what I'm talking about? So sometimes that kind of questions here, what is it, coming up in our mind, right? And that's why the strategy of converting or using our native language is sometimes used. Yeah. So in your perspective, it helps for anybody who learns English, where English is not his or her native language, right? Okay, it's very interesting. Now, Sabrina, which one is more difficult, speaking or writing?
I think both. Oh, well, writing. Well, writing, I have to use grammar. Sometimes I am distracted by, for example, my apprenticeship report.
Yeah.
I am distracted uh, by I've been doing my apprenticeship right now,
Okay.
and I have to type it in past
forms.
Yes, in past form. So I feel like I'm still confused by that. And for some grammars, I feel like I cannot I cannot do it as as better as my friends, because sometimes I'm still jumbled out on my thoughts to put it on writing. For speaking, I think I can do it better, because I just have to like speak whatever in my mind, and just to remember to follow the points that I've made earlier in the back of my mind. I think that's it.
Yeah, okay. So even though actually speaking and writing are related one another, because when we write, we have to put vocabularies. The most important is we have to organize the words, right? Introductory, body, and conclusion. Basically, it's just the same as when we are speaking, right? So that is the challenge in writing. Thank you very much for your opinion, Sabrina. Okay, so the last one, right?
Okay.
I need you to give a statement or something that you can give to anyone that watches this video, this content, anyone who is struggling a lot in their English, because sometimes when they when they are like you, competitive person, and they don't get what they would like to achieve, then they can be stressful, right? They can be dismotivated. All right, so perhaps you can say something to anyone who is struggling in improving his or her English, his or her speaking. What is your advice to all of us?
Well, what I've been saying earlier, I think I come from like a far more privileged background to actually experience to have friends from overseas and have friends from Jakarta that actually speaks English very well. But I do believe there's some some people that struggling to learn English, especially if they don't have like a partner that speaks fluent in English, and to help them to improve their English. I think the one way to do that is to learn. I mean, to join some classes, some online classes in English, in order to help them to improve their English. Or there are a few not English, but like a study class, and that is free. If you like search it on Google, I think there would be like it will show you some of the classes that you can take free online. and it might just help you with your English, or when you actually have that one, I mean, not one person, but like people that you looked up for, I guess you could magically find a way to get to their level, or to improve your vocabulary, or to improve your English in general in order to get to their level. I have to say that you can. I have to say that you have to really like the person to. You have to really motivate yourself. It's not just like, oh no, oh, I like this person vocabulary, and I like this person way of speaking. I don't think that's enough. You have to feel like, I have to compete this person. You have to motivate yourself like that, even though they're not seeing you as their competitors, or if they're like a celebrity or something that they don't even know you. It's okay. You can still motivate yourself by doing that alone. I think that's that.
So the mindset, right? Our
Yeah, the mindset is really important.
Really important, right? And also the what is it? Good circle, right? So
Yeah.
anybody that can support you whenever you are down, and then they can support you. But once again, back to ourselves, right? So if the mindset, yes, I want to improve my English, and I have strong motivation, then all the challenges can be tackled down, right? Oh yeah, I forgot to ask this. Well, actually, this is last question. Sabrina, why do you want to learn English? What is your goal actually? Do you want to study in England, or do you want to go to the international company? Is that what you are looking for?
Yeah.
Something that I don't ask yet to you.
Okay. Well, this is actually a silly way to actually like answer it. I mean, to experience it, but I have the strong motivation to learn English back when I was junior high school, SMP.
Junior high school. Wow.
Yeah, junior high school. So I was like, I have my teacher in English class, but I don't think that he's been doing anything good to my in a way he's teaching. I don't think I get it. I think he's doing it. I think there's
there's not something
I don't
that
think
can make
when
your English
he
improve.
Yeah, I don't think he's giving us a room to improve ourselves. He just like continuously give us like a brief explanation and then just exam. And I don't think that's a good way to put it. And I feel like I'm getting revenge. So yeah. yeah.
Okay. So it's not.
That's a silly way. That's a silly way to put it, but I feel like that. So the moment I feel like I have to get my revenge is when I actually receive my grade in English, and I feel like I'm at least I'll be getting like 80 or something. But it turns out my grade is not as good as I imagined, and I feel I have to.
Okay.
Yeah. No way. I'm just getting away with this grade. I'll just improve my grade until my teacher actually realized that he's doing something wrong with his teaching, and I can teach myself by myself to actually get revenge on him someday.
Right.
And you did wrong with your teaching, and yeah, that's when I really push myself to actually, it started out really simple. I changed my phone settings to English. So we as people, we use our phone on daily basis, and then we change we looked at it every single day. And so I think it's started out really basic to only change the settings from my phone to English. But then again, I feel like that's more. There's got to be more than that I could do. So I started buying English novels. I started learning article in English. And also at that moment, I mean, during my junior high school, Tumblr was really popular. Tumblr was like a blog post that contained like a brief piece of informations. And from there, I also read a lot of Wattpad, English Wattpad. That's for my writing, and I mean that's for my writing. I also usually try to write something in English instead of I actually like write it in Indonesia. I try to actually write it in English, although I am realizing myself that my English is not as good, but and I feel like stopping midway. But after that, after giving some moment to myself, I continue to push through in English. And right now, if I look back at it, like my past writing that I've done in English, I think I think I can give myself credit for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And wait. And that's for writing. For speaking, like I mentioned in your other video that I record my diary in my phone.
Right.
Yeah, with my voice notes.
Right.
At the end of the day, I record myself saying how my day was in English and how I felt during the day. And before I fell asleep, I usually listen to that and I think to myself, oh wow, I need to improve my English more, and actually have some mental notes on what I've been saying. So when I heard my voice in English, I feel like, oh, I can improve this one better. I should use was instead of is. I should use this instead of this, and it's continuously I continuously do that. So I think day by day I it's safe to say I improve more in English. And actually I have friend that we've been friends for a long time, and he back when actually this is fast forward. So when I was in senior high school, I still do the diary thing, and sometimes I still write in English. But when I started to really implement English in my life, like when I like the first semester of when I'm getting to college versus my senior high school, so we've been like talking in call, right? So there's a gap between the ones that I'm the one call that I'm in senior high school and one when I was in like college already. It was so me and my friend usually talks in English. We usually talks in English, and the moment I started speaking in English when I was in college compared to the ones that in senior high school, the first time that I actually say it in English, he complimented me actually.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, wow, I don't think your English is as good as it is right now compared to last time. What happened? He said. And I say that, oh, it's probably because of my studies. I've been hearing more English word than I do compared to my senior high school where it's still in Indonesia. So I think getting in the right environment, and I think that's why international school people can do it better, because they've been putting themselves they've been exposing themselves in the English language every single day. Right. And I think that's good for, I mean, that's usually expensive though, but it's really good for their studies from
Right.
their for their improvement in English. Yeah, so I said to him that, oh, I think it's because of my English. I mean, uh it's probably because of my college, because I've been hearing more of English and I've been forced to talk more in English. I am forced to write more in English. There's just so much thing I have to do every single day with English, and compared to my senior high school, it felt really tiring. But hearing that one compliment really made my confidence boosted up.
I
Yeah.
see. Yeah. I think what is it? A credit, yeah, a compliment can also be external booster for us, yeah, in order to
Yeah.
be better and better. And that's why, of course, we need to put efforts, and let's see whether or not our efforts can be, what is it? Can be observed by others, yeah. Once again, yeah, you need to be proud of yourself since, let's say, the external or the other people, right? People surround you, and then when they listen to your English, you're speaking, and then they give you compliments. It's something that, yeah, well, I think I did a good job with myself, right? In terms of the speaking improvement. Okay. Yeah, sorry to once again to for last question, something that I really need to ask you again. So, do you really want to work overseas or study abroad?
Well, both, because when
Both.
I was in I think in SMP junior high school,
Okay.
my one dream is actually study in Oxford.
Oxford.
English literature. Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, but I've been thinking of it as more like uh, S2, so it's really impossible for me to actually go overseas uh, with my S1, because I know my mom. She's very strict with my. She maybe because I'm like the only girl in my siblings,
Okay.
the very last child and girl. I don't think she's taking it. She would even like um say yes about it. She don't
Yeah,
even
yeah, yeah.
thought of saying yes about it.
Right.
Yeah, because there's just so much that I want to work on myself and my surrounding before I actually go overseas, and especially to study in such a foreign land and a foreign culture, if
Yeah.
I might say. And for the international company,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah, because when I was in junior high school, I feel like uh, BUMN. No hate though, no hate. BUMN. I don't think that BUMN is good for my improvement alone. I mean, it's sure it will be good on my resume or in my bank account, but I don't think it's any good for my improvement in um in my in my in myself,
Yeah.
whatever it takes. I mean, and I think that I'll be much more good to myself and my improvement if I just like uh choose to not stay in that work environment. I just have to switch to the international companies, because sure, I can motivate myself in BUMN, for example. I can motivate myself in that, but will my environment be good to me? I don't think so. So yeah, instead of like taking BUMN as my dreams when I was like in junior high school, um back then I just like changed my overall dreams to actually pursue my dreams forward and to push myself to to join an international company in order to be good to myself and to improve my overall beings. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, okay. Right, Sabrina, been very nice talking to you. I hope your story, what you've been through can be, once again, this is one of the goals of having you, to have a talk with you. Since I've been observing, you are one of the individuals that I think, yeah, you have improved your English a lot and can be inspiration for the others. So good luck with your study, with your dreams, and keep up the spirit and keep up being competitive, just like what you are right now. So good luck with your future endeavor, Sabrina. Thank you, Sabrina.
Thank you, sir.
All right. See you next time, yeah?
See you next time, sir.
Have a nice day.